Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for three-minute rounds in the welterweight division. And once the bell rings, your referee in charge will be Rick Feig. Introducing first, in the blue corner, he's a jiu-jitsu fighter standing 5 feet, 9 inches tall. He weighed in at 167 pounds, and he has a record of 2 wins with no losses. Both those wins coming by way of a knockout. He's fighting out of Lastly Jiu-Jitsu Academy and White Tiger Academy in Mount Vernon, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Steve Saldana. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent in the red corner. He's a freestyle fighter standing 6 feet tall. He weighed in at 165 pounds, and he's making his MMA debut. He's an independent fighter coming in from Canton, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Brett, the Bad Boy Kasler.
All right, we're going to kick things off here in the Rocktagon Elite 170-pound division between Steve Saldana. He's 2-0 in his amateur MMA career in the red and black trunks, and Brett Kasler making his MMA debut in the all-black trunks. Now, Nick, one of the things we always talk about is those MMA debuts, and you never know how ready you are for it until you actually get inside that cage.
No, and what's the funny thing is the lights, the camera, the heat, everything matters. And however, Brett looks like he was very relaxed when he was in the corner, and he is going right after it.
Yeah, went right at him. He ate a right hand on the way in, but now he's on top of Saldana and into his guard. So right away, and that's actually good in your debut to kind of get off the feet, because you could expend a lot of energy getting crazy out there right in the beginning.
Yeah, anybody could get knocked out on their feet. You could be Mike Tyson fighting the Screech from
Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, Saved by the Bell. But if Screech hits Mike Tyson on the button, it's over. We got a great triangle choke. It's going to be tight. And the funny thing is, Steve is a jiu-jitsu specialist, although both of his wins came by knockout. But now we're seeing his jiu-jitsu skills right here on the bottom, and that is a freaking tight triangle choke.
Yeah, that's got to hurt, and he's eating the hammer fist as well as Saldana really lynching that thing in there, now trying to lock up the arm of Kesler.
He's moving that arm over, and this is going to tighten it up that much more.
And you can see Saldana, a very well-rounded fighter already. As you said, 2-0, 2 knockout wins, but he is putting on a clinic right now with this triangle choke.
Specialist. Yeah. That's what's weird. So now when he moves that elbow over, that just tightens it up. And the funny thing is on a triangle choke, you get choked by your own arm. And now Brett's doing a good job of trying to get, and we have like a bird's eye view right now, but we can see just how red Brett's face is. He is he's looking for oxygen right now.
And expends a lot of energy. Even if you survive all the way through it, you make it to the end of the round, and you don't have to tap out. It's a lot of energy just maintaining in this position.
This has got to be tight. We might see somebody go to sleep here.
And he really has it locked in there. Saldana trying to crank that thing and get his 3rd victory in his amateur MMA career. Brett Kasler trying to punch back.
Okay, he unlocked his legs, and Brett is a fighter, dude.
Yeah, he is.
And he finally came out. He is a fighter. A lot of guys would have tapped out in that situation.
Hey, I'll tell you what, he's living up to the nickname Bad Boys. He's now onto his feet. Got to watch the knees here in the amateur division, but he's working the leg there. Very good. Knees to the thigh, and those are going to hurt if you make it to the later rounds.
It's a Charlie horse. Every time you get hit right in the quad, it is a Charlie horse, and now he just followed up with a nice leg kick. Now we're going to see, right now, Steve's hands are a little down. I don't like that. That's a great opportunity for Brett to, there's a big right hand, followed by like a liver kick. And he was a little low, and Steve knew it. And I just like the sportsmanship here. Both guys are going to touch gloves, and he apologized.
Well, he's going to touch his leg with his foot there as he gives him a kick as they're entering back in together. But you're right, Saldana realized kick was a little bit low. And it shrugs that one off as Brett Kasler came running in with a punch. The pace is certainly slowed down here after that initial exchange, and now they're getting back after it. 10 seconds to go here in the first round.
Nice left hand, and he's calling him out for more. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
They'll lock it up, and that'll do it for round number 1 here in the 170-pound amateur division bout.
Well, Brett is finally, he's 3 minutes into his MMA debut, and I guarantee he's feeling it. He's got his hands on his hips. He's still got a little adrenaline flowing, but he knows he's in for a fight tonight.
Yeah, so does Steve Saldana now, because he thought he had Brett Kasler dead to rights there with that triangle choke, but he was able to escape it, so kudos to him. And now Saldana has a little bit of a cut over the left eye as well, and there's blood going down the left cheek of Saldana. So the doctor will check him out.
Yeah, the doctor's checking him out. He does have a little blood. And we have the beautiful Nikki, by the way, who is a professional model. Okay, oh, we got replay right here. Right now what we see is Brett closing the distance and using his strength here and, going for a lift and a trip for a nice, right now he falls, unfortunately, into Steve's guard. But like you said, for a very first fighter, the best thing to do is get on the ground and get where we practiced a lot.
And the other thing about that is that actually set up the triangle choke that he ended up being in for most of round number 1, but he was able to get out of it. And you know what? He probably didn't win round number 1 as Saldana controlled the action for most of it. But after this first round, it looks as though Brett Kasler is actually the fresher of the two fighters.
They both look pretty good. They both look pretty good, and that was a toss-up. It was a coin flip for the round. Who did you think?
I'd probably
Steve
give
won?
it to Saldana just because he had him in the triangle choke for most of the round. But there wasn't a ton of action as we head into round number 2 of the 170-pound Rocktagon Elite Division fight here. Steve Saldana in the black and red trunks and Brett Kesler in the all-black trunks. Kesler in his MMA debut, and I'll tell you what, hanging in there like a pro and a nice straight right hand and an uppercut.
And Steve just did a great, it's called a SIPA kick. And he's getting hit a little bit right now. He's got to get his hands up. He's got to get his hands up. Does Brett. And Brett got the takedown, but got a little too aggressive. Right now, Steve's in a full mount, and he's got a good choke sunk in right here. I don't know if he's going to quit with the choke here. Oh, it's tight.
Slipped his head right out.
He did. Here's the thing, is you could squeeze so hard that you get tired, if you're applying the choke, and you're going to lose your arms for the round. But Steve did a great job.
And now he's still in the mount, so he can able to push down Brett Kesler's head and start delivering damage. And there you go, rights and lefts. And Kesler, all he could do is try to wave him off at this point.
Yeah, when you're in the full mount position, your arms as the bottom person is always about 3 inches short of hitting the other guy's chin. And what's funny is the guy on top has got about a 3-inch advantage. And it's no matter how tall or short you are, you're always in a disadvantage when you're full mounted.
And it's very difficult to perform a submission when you are on the bottom of the mount position. Here we go, Saldana trying to go back to work on the head of Brett Kesler. Once again, Kesler's MMA debut. Saldana trying to improve to 3-0 his amateur career. He cocks back that right hand and hits him with a left.
Yeah,
another left there.
Hammer fist, and slow and steady wins the race right now. I've learned this to my chagrin, although I still won the fight. But in Brazil, I got this guy named Demundo Negro. That was his name. Demundo means demon, Negro, black. So the guy's name was Black Devil. And I got him down in a full mount position, and I punched myself out. And thank God the other corner threw the towel in, because I had nothing left. So right now, Steve's doing a great job of pacing himself and very, methodically working this great full mount position.
Because you can even improve on the mount if you're able to trap one of the arms. You saw Saldana try to do there the left arm a moment ago, but now he's up high enough to where the arms can't block that damage, and he's delivering, and they're going to take him off. It's over.
Yeah, and the reason why they stopped it is Brett did not fight back, especially at the amateur level. We got to save him to fight another day.
So Steve Saldana gets the victory as Rick Fike will call it off, and he'll improve to 3-0 in his amateur MMA career. Brett Kasler falls to 0-1, but was certainly game for the fight. We'll send it up cage side for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, give these two fighters one more round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, this bout comes to an end at 2 minutes and 14 seconds of round number 2. Your referee in charge, Rick Fike, calls a halt to the bout. He's your winner and improving to 3 wins with 3 knockouts. And ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together, Steve Saldana.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with your winner, Steve Saldana. Come on over here, buddy. First of all, that first round, you locked him up with the triangle choke pretty good. Do you think you had him in the first?
I wasn't locked up all the way. He had a little breathing room still. I tried to switch the arm bar, and he took that out. So, he's a tough kid.
Is it tough fighting somebody that has never been in the cage before because you don't know what to expect from him?
Yes, definitely.
Anybody out there you want to thank after your victory?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all my sponsors back home. I want to thank LJJA, Lashley Jiu-Jitsu Academy, and also like to thank White Tiger Karate for preparing me for this fight, and my wife and my kids. I love you guys. I hope you're watching. And oh, and all my training partners. If I forgot anybody, I'm sorry. Thank you very much.
All right, there you have it. One more big round of applause for your winner, Steve Saldana.